A very warm welcome to all the esteemed guests. We heartily welcome the dignitaries for this session on the screening of film Surmounting Challenges by DMRC. I welcome Shri Vikas Kumar, Managing Director, DMRC, Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, and Mr. Anuj Dayal, Principal Executive Director, DMRC. I welcome Shri Suneet Vats, Vice Chairman VIPS, Shri Vineet Vats, Vice Chairman VIPS. I welcome Shri Ashwini Kumar, Director General VIPS, Shri M.S. Upadhyay, CEO VIPS, and Chairpersons Professor Siddharth Mishra and Professor Subbarao, Principal VIPS Professor Anuradha Jain, and Shri Dilip, COO, and all the deans and directors. I also welcome all our esteemed faculty members and students for this session. Before we go ahead with the program, in order to introduce Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies Technical Campus to our esteemed guests, let me take you through the 21-year of journey of VIPS, by VIPS, through the film Antardhwani. VIPS has emerged as a center of preeminence in higher education because of the vision and mission of Dr. S.E. Vats, founder chairman VIPS, who is the guiding light for all of us. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamso ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma, Amritgamaya. As I pray to the God to lead us from ignorance to knowledge, from darkness to light, and from death to immortality, I request all the dignitaries to kindly light the lamp.
शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते
Thank you, sir. It is indeed our proud privilege that we have with us Shri Vikas Kumarji, MD, DMRC, and I have my proud privilege to welcome him on behalf of Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. Mr. Vikas Kumar graduated in electrical engineering from University of Roorkee, IIT, and did masters in optoelectronics and optical communications from IIT Delhi. He belongs to 1988 batch of Indian Railway Traffic Service. He has more than 32 years of experience of all phases of rail-based urban transportation projects, including 18 years of experience with Delhi Metro Rail Corporation Limited, the largest MRTS system in India, having 286 metro stations spreading to 390-kilometer network. He has been a meritorious student at IIT Roorkee and IIT Delhi. He has also been the Institute's swimming and badminton team champion. He has been a member of various clubs, projects undertaken at the Institute. He has led the trekking team at LBS NAA Mussoorie to the Roopkund Glacier and attained first position in swimming competition and second position in badminton championship. He had gone to Kailash Mansarovar Parikrama with Chinmaya Mission in July 2017. He has done extensive learning courses on transportation and sustainable development organized by national and international organizations like IoT, World Bank, IUC France, KOTI, Korea, etc. He has been awarded first prize in the assigned project by International Union of Railways and Korea Transport Institute. He has also been the recipient of General Manager's Award and Managing Director Award in DMRC a number of times. He has been instrumental in organizing, accomplishing various unique tasks, including that of Mela officer during Mahakumbh held in 2001 in Allahabad. He has organized the relief for the passengers of Karnataka Express, which derailed in 1998, handled first ever IITF 2006 arrangements in newly opened Pragati Maidan metro station, Airport Express line, and Rapid Metro. He has been involved in overall planning of various metro rail projects in India and abroad, preparation of tenders, and various other instruments in the corporation. Being Managing Director of DMRC Limited, Mr. Vikas Kumar is looking after diverse aspects in Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, be it project and planning, construction of Delhi Metro Phase 4, operations and maintenance, business development, fare and non-fare box revenue, and consultancy assignments in India and abroad. We are really honored and privileged to have you here, sir. And now I would request Shri Vikas Kumarji and Shri Suneet Vats to kindly come on the stage for the felicitation. I request Shri Vineet sir also to be on the stage to welcome Shri Vikas Kumarji with the presentation of bouquet, a token of our love. With the presentation of a shawl, the warmth of VIPS, and memento of Swami Vivekananda, a token of our respect for our esteemed guest, Shri Vikas Kumarji. Thank you, sir. We have with us Shri Anuj Dayal ji, Principal Executive Director, DMRC. On behalf of VIPS family, I feel honored to welcome you, sir. Mr. Anuj Dayal is the head of corporate communications of Delhi Metro Rail Project, which is the largest urban infrastructure project undertaken in India after 1947, Mr. Dayal has over 32 years of experience in field of management and communications. He started his career with Indian Railways, after which he moved to Delhi Metro, where he has been part of the core team for implementing and expanding metro rail network in Delhi. Mr. Dayal has 2 master's degrees in sociology and in mass communication, apart from 6 postgraduate diplomas, including specialization diplomas in the government, from the government of Sweden in management. The corporate communications wing of Delhi Metro under Mr. Dayal has been recognized as a center of excellence by JICA to be emulated for other projects. Mr. Dayal has received the Indian National Award for producing the best promotional film in 2011, and again last month received the award from the President of India. He has received various other accolades and awards from Indian Railways, Delhi Metro, and various other international organizations. He also has written books on project management, which have been appreciated by Harvard Business School. He has been closely associated with the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, and United Nations Development Program in preparation of a study of excellence in management. Mr. Dayal has also received awards from PR Society of India, MIT Leadership Award, Abdul Kalam Award for Excellence, award from Dainik Bhaskar Group, and various other awards. He is the only practicing public relations and mass communication professional in our country to have received the National Film Award from the President twice. We welcome you, sir. And I request again Shri Suneet Vats and Shri Vineet Vats too. Okay. I request DG sir, Shri Ashwini Kumar ji and Professor Siddharth Mishra to kindly, Upadhyay sir also, please welcome Shri Anuj Dayal. With the presentation of bouquet, a token of our love. A memento of Swami Vivekananda, representing the mission on the lines of Swami Vivekananda of VIPS, and a token of warmth, a shawl. Thank you, sir. We are honored to have you here with us today. Before I invite Shri Suneet Vats to address the audience, let me take this opportunity to say a few words about Shri Suneet Vats. Shri Suneet Vats is leading our way in VIPS to take VIPS to greater heights with his visionary and dynamic leadership. Mr. Suneet Vats is the co-founder and vice chairman of Strength India Educational Society, under whose aegis Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies and Delhi School of Business function. He did his master's from an Ivy League university, Columbia Business School, ranked 10th in the world. His first master's was from Narsi Munji Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai. He started as an entrepreneur and worked with Jindal Steels in Orissa and Indian Oil and Bharat Petroleum Corporation, handling supply chains and logistics. However, conceding to the spiritual calling, he joined and started contributing to the cause of education 21 years ago ago to launch Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies from scratch. While being involved in pursuing life's spiritual goals, he did not lose focus on academic empowerment, and over the past 2 decades, he has attained a number of courses from various business schools such as NC Business School, Columbia Business School, Wharton Business School, MIT Salon Business School. He has over 15 certifications in management courses from the renowned universities across the world. Besides the rich learning experience, these programs have offered Mr. Vats access to world-class faculty and an unmatched exposure and experience. Most importantly, he has helped him meet up with the wonderful cohorts from diverse cultural and organizational backgrounds, adding to his social capital. Mr. Suneet Vats believes in philosophy of learning is a lifelong process, and we need to unlearn, learn, and relearn. I welcome you, sir, to address the audience.
Good morning, everyone. In fact, it's good afternoon. When we started off the program, I think it was morning and kind of, outshadowed into an afternoon. I think it's a momentous day for VIPS. With Antardhwani, as we saw, a lot of dignitaries of eminence coming into this institution to shower their blessings. I think we are lucky today to have 2 very eminent, personalities present amongst us, who are distinguished, professionals, and above all, they are leader par excellence. When the foundation of this institution was laid 21 years back, it was, with the purpose of creating, a nation which will be equipped with the right kind of skills. The motto, as we have always said, is man making, character building, and nation building. And in our service to this nation as an institution, we have always strived, and our students have made us proud. This becomes special because 2 very eminent personalities, as I said, the DMRC, CMD is with us, along with, the executive director, who has been handling Metro by large, perception is a momentous, task that was undertaken long back in 1995. It was May 3rd, I think, when the cabinet gave its approval to the Metro project. And it brought about a cultural change in what, government, organizations would look like. Today, if you conceive, as we are going to see the movie, Surmounting, challenges, imagine, when Krishna was, leading Arjuna to the battlefield. I see a similar picture, visualizing, the kind of constraints that would be there presented before, the team that was formed to take up those challenges. The kind of, dense populated, capital like ours, with a lot of political interference, multiplicity of authorities that are, there for approvals to be sought. There is PWD, there is CPWD, there is, MCD, there is multiple layering of, governmental organizations and permissions that were required. But what it needed was, and what Metro now is represented by 2 of our dignitaries, is the DNA itself, the work culture itself, changed the perception of what, work can be all about. And it personifies. Our motto here says, in pursuit of perfection. When we say in pursuit of perfection, yog karmeshu kaushalam, Gita gave us a beautiful message when it conveyed, working dispassionately, selflessly towards a larger cause is what is exhibited in the 2 dignitaries who are present here. I think it's a proud moment for all of us, and I think we should give them a very, thunderous round of applause. I am reminded of Debashish Chatterjee. I don't know how many of you know him. For that matter, he's an IIM professor, IIM Kazikot director. who, has done beautiful, lecture series on timeless leadership and what timeless organizations are all about. And when you go through his lecture, he says that an overriding purpose is more important for an organization, DNA to survive. We may put, leadership in context, in time frames, but he talks about timelessness of leadership and its purpose. So the important purpose that Delhi Metro serves here and the leadership which is present here is beyond time. They are going to serve a larger purpose, the kind of facilities that have been created, the kind of hurdles. The movie will showcase it to you. The first phase when it started off from Jama Masjid to the old Delhi part of it, the kind of obstacles that they have faced and the kind of surmounting the grit that they had for the purpose is something which is unimaginable. Second comes the productivity part of it, the work culture, the best of hiring that Metro does now. They have in fact created their own cadre. They used to earlier pull out people from different cadres, mainly from railways, but then now they have created their own cadre which is based out of UPSC pattern, as I am kind of be made aware of. They have a good training institute in Shastri Nagar, which does the entire processes and train people on processes and how things have to be handled. Siddharth sir, and I borrow from him, he was talking about Dayal sir, that it was a transformation that happened. Communication at handling at that point of time was key. None of the organization possibly in government had thought of that. You need to connect and connect to the level that your stakeholder, which is again the commuters of Delhi, the people who were put to a lot of inconvenience during these infrastructure projects, were taken on board. They were well informed. They were they had little pain in terms of, because they were well educated about what the project is going to be, and the pains kind of surmounted the kind of communications that were handled during that time. Is again exemplary example of what one can do with those kind of things. Secondly and lastly, he talks about possibility. A leader has to paint a larger picture. I think sir, having taken on this position, very well realizes he has been with this system for last so many years. Few have taken credit for it for sure, but then other than Sridharan sir and the incumbent, people have worked tirelessly, and I know sir has worked in signals tirelessly. Anything that you see as a flawless operation today is because of sir's insight, and he could get the best of systems installed for metro security and for signaling. So those are the kind of leadership qualities that one looks up to, and sir, our institution also embedded deeply into that DNA is is more than willing to. Our engineering department, newly formed engineering department, would be able to give you a lot of algorithms on how to reduce a lot of accidental related cases. I think I express my gratitude on behalf of the management and the chairman, who is not present here, sir, today. On behalf of the faculty members and students, it's our privilege to have you today with us, and we look forward to your words. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and ever-encouraging words. And yes, I think a metro is the boon for the common man, and it is pride of India. And I would now request Shri Vikas Kumarji to say a few words or the inaugural speech to journalism and mass comm students. Welcome, sir.
A very good morning to all of you. Dear students, it is indeed a great pleasure and privilege today to interact with the upcoming young media professionals of Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. This is truly a center of excellence for imparting quality education comparable with the best media in the world, media schools in the world, I would say. I am sure most of you must be aware about the success of Delhi Metro in the last 2 decades, which has emerged as a lifeline in addressing the mobility needs of people of Delhi and NCR. We are witnessing a metro revolution in the country, as many new metros are going to come up in different cities across India in a span of few years. Delhi Metro is already one of the largest metro networks in the world. Once phase 4 of the project is completed, DMRC will surpass even the oldest London Tube metro system in terms of network length. Along with the rest of the country, Delhi Metro Rail Corporation is also working tirelessly towards incorporating cutting-edge digital technologies which are facilitating better commuter experience, faster project execution, as well as improved human resources management within the organization. The phenomenal success of Delhi Metro is due to a coherent team of engineers, HR, and PR personnel. We would not have been where we are but for the constant support of our efficient communications team led by Shri Anuj Dayal, who has been an integral part of DMRC since its inception. Due to the efforts of his enterprising team, comprising of trained media professionals like you, development taking place across the metro network are generally well received by the media industry. Let me explain to you in detail. When DMRC had just started its journey as an organization and metro services had yet to begin, the challenge was to sell the dream of metro to media consumers who were going to be the future commuters also. As the construction work gained pace, the organization shifted its focus to publicizing new technologies that it was introducing. In fact, Metro had been a pioneer in introducing many technologies, one of which was smart card for traveling. All the new innovations such as contactless tokens, smart cards, state-of-art rolling stock, high-tech automatic signaling system, etc. were publicized widely. When Delhi Metro started operations in 2002, the DMRC's communication focus shifted to spreading information about the importance of cleanliness and punctuality in the metro. The PR team consistently generated stories about how Delhi Metro was according the highest possible importance to the issues of cleanliness and punctuality. This strategy helped in inculcating a feeling of responsibility among the commuters who have cooperated with us in a major way to keep the system neat and clean. We also branded ourselves as an island of excellence, as we have in our action plan also, to excel in whatever we do. Similarly to your motto, in pursuit of perfection. This inculcated confidence in our customers, of course, enforced by a positive talk by media. Here I would like to say that in today's world of changing medium of communication, this has been a continuous challenge, and our reputation, which has been constant factor, has helped us a lot in tiding over this challenge. But I would like to mention how to build the reputation. For that, the hard work of the team alone is not important, but much more important is the role of our PR team led by Shri Anuj Dayal that our reputation was built. In fact, it is a hard, as the saying says, that it is very hard to build a reputation. It may take 20 odd years to build a reputation, but to ruin it, I think few minutes would be enough. So, continuing this reputation is a challenge, and which we strive to do by giving best of the services to our commuters. So with the introduction of immense success of social media in recent times, our communication strategy got further impetus, and we deliver instant information to commuters such as closure of stations, technical disruptions, etc., as through them information immediately reaches the commuters without delay. Apart from the mainstream media, our approach has also been innovative in terms of selecting communication tools. As mentioned earlier, when DMRC had just started an organization and the metro system was not yet operational, the challenge ahead was to give the people an idea about the system that was going to become a reality. With this objective, we used to participate in many fairs and exhibitions where metro train models would be erected and metro officials would interact with the people and tell them about metro. This apart, the communications team also used traditional methods such as nukkad nataks, that is street plays, and puppet shows very effectively. Just after the beginning of metro services, many stone pelting incidents and kite flying incidents used to happen in certain areas of eastern Delhi. Since the city was new to metro system, kids would often throw stones on metro and damage the trains. At times, kites would get entangled with our overhead electric system and bring the services to a halt. To control such elements, we sent PR teams to these localities to raise awareness amongst the people about these issues. The move proved to be very helpful, and such incidents have almost stopped now. So, to summarize the lessons learnt in a journey so far, that is to respond quickly and truthfully as media personnel work under tight deadlines. Make an interesting story which should give a clear and concise message to the people. Facts and figures should always be there for authenticity, and we should learn and improve from the feedback by people and media. The film which is to be screened here today, titled Surmounting Challenges, produced by Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, has won the Best Promotional Film Award in the non-feature film category at the 68th National Film Awards 2020, which were announced recently. This is the second time a film made by DMRC has received such a recognition. A film on engineering challenges faced by Delhi Metro during its phase 2 had also won the national award in the Best Promotional Non-Feature Film category in 2012. And the credit for both these goes to Shri Anuj Dayal, who is sitting here. This 28-minute long film deals with various construction-related challenges faced by DMRC during its third phase of expansion. Extensive shooting of various locations along with retrieval of relevant archival footage had to be done to make the film a reality. This job involved a lot of patience and perseverance. Anticipating the making of the film, the entire construction process was documented in the form of videos and photographs for about 5 to 6 years across all under construction corridors since the commencement of the work. It is indeed rare for films of such nature to get such prestigious awards and screenings. DMRC has always tried to achieve its work in the best possible way so that the record remains for posterity in the public domain. I am sure there will be a lot more to learn for the aspiring filmmakers sitting here after screening of this film. In the end, I would like to say that your role as media personnel is very important as society at large is influenced by what you portray. Media people must collect all evidences, recheck the facts, and must refrain from publishing what is fake. As a journalist, you should read the mind of the country and then give a definite, positive, unbiased, fearless expression to that mind. So you see that your role comes with a lot of responsibility towards the nation, and hence you should contribute in the most positive manner for the betterment of society and our country. I would like to conclude by saying that all of you will mold the future of our country, and hence, in line with our traditions, you should ingrain in yourself attributes like integrity, ethical work culture, courage, boldness, humility, and everlasting zeal in pursuit of excellence. My best wishes once again for you all for a bright and content future ahead. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for addressing so wonderfully our students of journalism and mass communication from their perspective and putting light on the reach and access and the marketing and communication strategies. Thank you so much, sir, for this lovely session for our students. We are really thankful to you and honored here. Thank you, sir. Now we will continue with the screening of the corporate film. As we talk about the corporate film, which we are going to screen by Surmounting Challenges by DMRC, the corporate films are generally a part of communication and marketing strategy. They are the effective means of communication and connect between the organization and the stakeholders. Corporate films are a great brand value. All the corporate films, though, cannot have the same purpose. They need to be tailored with the objective of the target audience and directly talk to the audience. It weaves the spoken word with the visual components which together tell the story. So let us watch the film Surmounting Challenges and look into the various elements which lead into making this film as the best corporate film. Let us screen film Surmounting Challenges, the winner of National Award for the Best Corporate Professional Film. The screening shall be followed by an interactive session with our guest, Shri Anuj Dayal ji. Has went into making this facility a huge task. What a marvel. And how well it is communicated through the corporate film which we just saw. and really wonderful. And you know, when we travel in the metro, we don't know how much work has gone behind, you know, in making that. It is a huge, huge task, and we are really thankful to Metro. And whenever we talked about communication and communication strategies of Metro, I remembered only one name, that is Shri Anuj Dayal. And we have him with us today, who would put light on various aspects of this film and also on various other communication challenges and strategies of Metro. So I heartily welcome you, sir, for the interaction session, and the Q&A will be taken care by Dr. Praveen Kumar.
Okay, as mentioned by ma'am, you know, the kind of colossal work and the mammoth work which, sir, we'll take the question, sir.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me introduce myself. I joined railways, but I didn't like the work over there. So I was wondering how to get out of it. But at the same time, you know, government job is not easy to leave here. Then I found that there is one media wing in the railways. I said, this seems more interesting than the routine railway work. And between my graduation and my civil services, I had done one diploma in journalism and mass communication from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. That time there was only IIMC and Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. I don't think there was anything else in Delhi at least for mass communication. So that journalism thing helped me, you know, and I was able to get into the mass communication wing of railway. And from there onwards, I went on doing many diplomas, because diplomas was the only thing. There was no masters in mass communication in those days. I did lots of diplomas, 6, 7 of them, in PR, in advertising, in, you know, personal. I did quite a few. And I stuck on to this. So I was with the Ministry of Railways for about 10, 11 years and had very interesting experiences there. I was the leader of the railway contingent in the Republic Day Parade. I organized the one and only Railway Film Festival in India at Siri Fort. And the first exhibition train of India was also, I was part of that team, where the whole train was made into an exhibition. Then I came to Delhi Metro very reluctantly. I didn't want to join, because Delhi Metro there was nothing in Delhi Metro. And the future was what? Chandni Chowk, Chowdi Bazaar. Whereas in railways, I was taking press groups from Delhi to Kanyakumari in real 5-star luxury with, you know, a special carriage attached and special catering and, you know, 10-day trip and all. यहाँ का Chowdi Bazaar में क्या घुमाऊँगा यार? So I was very reluctant to join this. And my media friends also told me, don't make that mistake. I don't know if any of you, Siddharth might remember, there was a gentleman called Atul Kaushish in Statesman. He said it's going to be a bed of thorns, because you are going to destroy the city to build the metro. खाली negative press आएगा और कुछ नहीं होगा. So with that thing, I went to meet Dr. Sridharan. He insisted I come and meet him. I went to tell him no. But there was something about this gentleman, I don't know what, I can't describe it, but I did not say no. I joined Delhi Metro. And no regrets, because I am born and brought up in the city of Delhi. And at least Delhi Metro I've been able to contribute to the city of I feel proud that we were able to provide all you children a better transport system. I'm sure all of you use the metro. हमारे टाइम में हम जब जाते थे स्कूल कॉलेज, हम जाते थे डीटीसी बसेस में, एसी का तो सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता, धक्के मुक्के करके हमारा वो एक पूरा, लोग पूछते थे कॉलेज में आप क्या गेम खेलते हो, तो मेरा गेम आंसर था डीटीसी से ट्रैवल करता हूँ. तो धौलकवां से आप एस्टिमेट करते थे आपका वो जो बस का ड्राइवर है वो आ रहा है, वो ब्रेक कहाँ मारेगा, आपको दौड़ के उसको पकड़ना है, 10 आदमी आपके साथ हैं. So those were all the games that we played. So the transport system was horrible. So Delhi Metro has been very satisfying from that point of view. So this is just an introduction into myself. You all are entering into a career which is the most exciting career that is possible in life. Because I joined a technical organization. आप ये सारा फिल्म देखेंगे, इसमें सारा इंजीनियरिंग है, civil, electrical, signaling, it's all very sophisticated engineering. I am a political science graduate basically, but I have learnt all this. So as a part of as a communication person, whichever organization you all join ultimately, even if you join as a reporter in a newspaper, you will be covering an organization or an event. You have to understand that in depth and then convert it into language which is easily understood by the common man. That is simply what we did in Delhi Metro. Everything we converted into stories. For example, there was one bridge across Yamuna, and the unique thing about that particular bridge was that it was a moving bridge. वो ब्रिज एक ही जगह से बनता था और उसको खींच के हमने यमुना का क्रॉस किया. उसमें बड़ा सा हमने एक ह्यूज पोस्टर लगा दिया, वी कॉल्ड इट मूविंग ब्रिज, और 4-5 प्रेस पार्टीज वहाँ पे ले गए. फ्रंट पेज कवरेज इन टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया और HD में भी आया. अदरवाइज इंजीनियरिंग काम काफ़ी होता है, बट लाइक डॉक्टर्स दे आर नॉट एबल टू कन्वे व्हाट दे वांट टू द कॉमन मैन. So your job as communicator, you are a middleman. Your job as communicators is to understand the technicalities, break it down into very simple language and then communicate. So we did that very successfully in Delhi Metro. This just was a brief introduction. Now if there are questions, I'll be happy to answer anything. It could be about personal, it could be official, anything, whatever you want.
Good morning, sir. So, as the Principal Executive Director of the Delhi Metro, what exactly does your job entail?
My job entails anything to do with mass communication. With social media is under me, interaction with journalists is under me, printing we have stopped now, but earlier printing in a big way was also there, filmmaking, photography. Then we also take visitors to the sites who have come, because initially when Delhi Metro was made, it was any foreign visitor, King Charles, Prince Charles. So I've interacted with almost all the prime ministers, presidents, so it was very interesting from that point of view also. So in this, it's a very wide gambit. Anything which you will be studying in your 3 years of college, everything was part of it.
So basically you handle outreach for the Delhi Metro.
What did you say?
You handle media and outreach for the Delhi Metro.
Media?
Media and outreach for the Delhi Metro.
Yeah, media was part of it.
Okay, so you make a film every year for this.
See, we have a corporate film which is a short film. That is about 5 minutes duration. That you have to keep on updating. Then you have specific films on, say, environment. There's an international conference on environment or something, you want to project that. Then there are films like this, which are special films. These films require a lot of effort. You have to plan these films 4 to 5 years in advance that you're going to make this film. Because during the construction at each stage, you have to can the film. If you miss out at that point of time, you can't make it. Today, if I want to make what happened 5 years back, unless I have shot it 5 years before, so these films have a long gestation period. It involves a lot of planning, lot of research, lot of interviews. The effort involved in the background of making this film stretches over years. But we also have short ones, very short films also we have. So,
Sir, good afternoon. My name is Kishla. Sir, towards the end, we heard Mr. Prime Minister, and throughout the session, we also heard about the expansion of metro to different parts of India. I just wanted to ask that the success that metro has had in Delhi, why has it been so difficult to replicate it across the cities? I recently went to Chennai, and the common consensus of the people who I talked to over there was that they don't like to travel by metro. Why do you think is that? Why is there such a prohibition to metro in certain parts of India?
You see from a commuter point of view, आपको point to point service चाहिए. आपको metro चाहिए अपने घर के आसपास से जहाँ आपको जाना है till that point. Delhi metro is almost 400 kilometers. So we are able to provide logical origin and destination. Whereas in Chennai, Bangalore, Jaipur, 1-2 लाइन बने हुए हैं. कोई कम्यूटर टैक्सी से नहीं आएगा आपका मेट्रो चढ़ने के लिए और फिर उतरेगा फिर टैक्सी लेगा बार बार. एटलीस्ट ही विल एक्सपेक्ट के 90% आपका जो टोटल डिस्टेंस है वो तो मेट्रो से हो. सो दिस गवर्नमेंट हैव दिस मेट्रो वी केम वेरी लेट एंड इट्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव टू बिल्ड. पैसा बहुत लगता है. यू नीड लॉट ऑफ Delhi what happened was we had very good leadership. We had a gentleman called Dr. Sridharan. He made a lot of difference. Media, I personally feel media has played a very key role. The imagination of the politicians was awakened. My imagination of the public was awakened. Once the politicians watched the media flow, 90% of the coverage, 99% of the coverage was positive. So there was a wave of metro, as a result of which the political support came. Once the political support comes, then the bureaucratic support follows. Otherwise, bureaucracy by its nature is jealous of progress. They have a system. So they don't want it, so they had no option. So the media, you all are going to be media communicators. Your role in any position is extremely crucial. And this is a clear example how it has helped an infrastructure project.
Afternoon, sir. This is Vrinda, and my question is totally based on curiosity, and it is quite technical in nature after watching the film. So, may I proceed?
Yeah, please.
Sir, there was a slight mention of UTO in the film, and since there was not much information, so I am quite curious to know that do you think that in the future, like we are moving towards phase 4 and beyond, so do you think that it can actually replace the role of human operations completely, and also like how much time would it take to completely take over the whole metro system?
Yeah, it's already there on 2 of our lines. Existing lines also we have UTO. The trains are not being driven by drivers. In this line close to, I think, the college is close to the outer ring road, right? So we can today run the system without humans. But we have kept a person in those 2 lines who is only going to be like an assistant. And gradually, as the public also gains confidence and as we also gain confidence, we can withdraw him. And in future expansion of metro is going to be all like this. It will be almost like the train अपना सुबह डिपो में lights अपने आप on हो जाएगा, like a video game. It will move out onto the system, पूरा दिन it will run, and in the night it will go back into the depot and shut off. But the whole thing is very safe. It is centrally controlled from the operational control center. We have an OCC, and as students, you're most welcome to come and see our OCC sometime. We can always show you how it is going. It's fully technical now. The role of the humans is reducing. I mean, it will be possible to run a train every 90 seconds with this technology. So, as a result of which, you will be able to carry many more passengers.
Sir, as media students, they are being taught reputation management, corporate communication, crisis management. So, any specific examples which you want to tell, as a veteran professional, which you would like to share with them?
Yes, we have, almost 450 people have died while constructing the metro. 450 is a huge number. So we had to very, very carefully watch because they all died in Delhi. They didn't die in the jungles where the contractors hide. यहाँ पे FIR lodge होता है, आप छुपा नहीं सकते डेथ को. उस 450 को कंट्रोल करके मीडिया को रखना is not an easy thing. One was a very bad case in a place called Zamrudpur in South Delhi. 9 people died. हमारा एक बड़ा सा लॉन्चर दैट अपने फिल्म में देखा होगा, it collapsed. 9 people died. That was a major crisis. That is a case study by itself. I present that as a case study. Worst was not the accident. Accident happened at 5 in the morning. हमें पता नहीं था ये accident होने वाला है. Worst was next day what happened. We as a company with a very good reputation. We decided to recover our reputation was so important. Next day 11 o'clock we decided we will do the rescue operation. That is that huge launcher को हम lift करेंगे, हटाएंगे side से. Now that recovery operation was known कि इतने बजे होगा. All the TV channels have surrounded that recovery operation. While that recovery operation was going on, there were 4 cranes of 400 tons each lifting that huge launcher. One of them developed a mechanical fault. It fell on the other cranes. The entire thing fell on the media. So we created news, a huge visual we created of all this happening. So we compounded the accident. It was such a learning experience for all of us in the company and in myself. After that, unless you are blocking a public road or public utility, let the media lose interest before you go in for any such thing. Don't jump in immediately to, extract.
More questions?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Bhaskar, and my question to you is, the past 2 years we went through the COVID crisis, and everyone was told कि घर पे बैठो, घर पे रहो, don't go outside. So how did DMRC as a transportation medium encouraged everyone to come out and that traveling is safe and hygienic?
It took time like everything else. We were told customers that you come, you can travel safely. Our trains were cleaned very often. Mask was there, protocol was there, keeping minimum distance from each other was there. We publicized that on social media quite a lot. And people came back gradually.
We'll take two more questions.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Devangcha Trivedi. I'm an assistant professor here. So my question is with regard to the use of social media and especially the use of Twitter. And I want to learn from you the experience of using Twitter as far as governance is concerned. Do you think Twitter has made a lot of difference as far as governance is concerned, and as far as metro services are concerned, do you think Twitter has really played an important role?
It plays a very important role operationally for us, all right. Any disturbance which happens, we are able to inform the public through Twitter. And my Facebook site, we have completely revamped to make it customer friendly. Go through our site sometime, delhimetrorail.com. So the reflection is there on Facebook also, and on our website also, and Twitter gives immediate information. So passenger basically doesn't want delay in his movement. So at least that is indicated by Twitter, and the recovery is also this thing. But we have an issue called bunching of trains. It's common in railway, in suburban operations. You might clear the track, or we have a lot of suicide cases. So we clear the body within 5 to 10 minutes. But you see what happens, once one train, it's a single line. One train stops, behind them all the trains stop. To clear that rush, now it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes. So irritation is there naturally among things. But Twitter has been a very good tool. Only thing is that we have an audience of say 20, 30 lakh passengers. Not all of them are on Twitter. So there you still lack out. A lot of people still go by traditional methods of communication. But it has helped. See, my own son passed out last year, not from VIPS. Though I was thinking he passed out, he's done Masscom from Bennett. And he is now working for ad factors. Government is all through exams. All our vacancies come on the website. So you'll have to give a written exam if you want to join the Delhi Metro, as and when we have vacancies. Same applies for all public sector units. So you'll have to give a written test, you have to qualify in that. And then there are normal interviews and medical tests and that sort of situation.
Allow me one last question by me, sir. Sir, as a corporate communication professional, as a veteran, what kind of challenges do you see handling journalists?
See, the nature of handling journalists has completely changed. Earlier, there were 20, 25 newspapers who were very important, and we used to take them together. And that was, your main media relations was handled by that only. Then TV emerged. Then TV not only emerged, it became a major, it bloomed. And TV was not as responsible as written journalism. Written journalism has a very long history. There's a system. You can write a letter to the editor. You can go and meet the boss of the person. You can have your grievances redressed. It's a very responsible medium. Print is very, very responsible. Compared to that, you had this medium which was coming up with breaking news. Half of it was not correct. Editing table played a lot of damages. There was no redressal. There was no beat system properly. Even now, there is no proper beat system. 5 reporters from the same TV channel will call you up for everything. When you have a crisis, तब आप देखिएगा क्या होता है. एक के बाद एक धड़. Same thing you are repeating to 5 fellows, 10 fellows. So then came social media. So today your cake, आपके pieces बन गए cake के. Print है. I am sure 90% of these kiddos, they would not read the newspaper. Is it true? I myself am reluctantly reading. 25 साल पहले when I was very active in this field, मेरे घर में इतने पेपर आते थे. Neighbors भी मेरे से आके किसी को कोई पेपर में इंटरेस्ट था आके ले जाता था. अब मेरे को hardly I take 3-4 because by the time the newspaper comes, everything is known. So the newspaper has become only a small part of the cake. All these things which I mentioned, they're all part of the cake and growing. The new things coming up every day, podcasts. This technology is changing. With that, we also have to change. We have no option.
Sir, thanks for answering all these questions, sir. Now we would request Professor Siddharth Misra to give his concluding remarks.
Thank you. We have already had a very long session. You see, I must tell you, as I always say, that I try and relate some stories to make a point. And I must tell you the genesis of today's gathering here, this session today. About 2 months back, I had an invitation from Anuj's office to joining for a dinner. And then the query was, what is the occasion? They said, it's the veteran metro reporters who have been called. I also, at one point of time, 97, 98, in the beginning of my career, did cover metro rail. And then we went there, and we have quite a few of people of my vintage who had covered metro at different points of time gathered there. And there was such good feeling of harmony, bonhomie, and feel good for the organization, which remembered us who had worked with Metro during its starting years. Metro, as he said, people had even advised him not to join the Metro because it had no future. And we were such reporters who were not very, networking-wise very strong in our organizations. We were put on Metro beat. ये तो ऐसा ही beat है, इसको दे दो. The more paying beats were the political beats, the crime beat, and such beats. So we started covering Delhi Metro. And so we all got together, and then we put a photograph of that get-together, that, there was a get-together. And then I think you got messages from all over the world, people who have moved on, that why you did not invite me, why you did not invite me, why you did not invite me. So this is the kind of goodwill which a man of corporate communication managed to make. That is the success story of a man from corporate communication. और आज corporate communication क्या है कि मुझे Millennium Post छोड़े हुए 6 साल हो गए. And I still get a call, Siddharth Mishra from Millennium Post. मुझे Pioneer छोड़े हुए 10 साल हो गया. Siddharth Mishra from Pioneer. If you are not having that personal touch approach towards, journalist fraternity, how can you be a good communicator of information? First of all, you should know to whom you have to communicate information. You see, the first story that I did on Delhi Metro was when I joined, we knew each other. In fact, we have known each other from the days we played squash and now to the age we play golf. So it has been a long journey from squash to golf. So, he said that you come and interview our Mr. E. Shridharan, the Metro Man, whom we all today know as Metro Man. And Metro did not really have anything much to showcase. But then E. Shridharan was such a wonderful man to talk to. We have had that, we had that nuclear test that time, in Japan, which was the main funding agency for Delhi Metro, had decided to stop funding. And there was a talk and discussion on that, and then he went on to show the new culture. He had introduced the smart card attendance, जो अभी भी दिल्ली के कई सरकारी दफ्तरों में इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं हो पाए, वो तो हम day 1 से उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया. And then there was a clock which he showed in his office, that so many days to go for the launch of the first metro train. And then I was fortunate again, and we all kept that memento for a very long time. The tokens which we got on the first metro ride, which you saw Mr. Vajpayee took, so it is question of how well you all these theories, all these things are, but again, it's the communicator within you should also know how to have that personal touch of communication. Unless and until you do not have that, You know, you cannot be, you cannot be a good communicator. So, and the vision. And you see, today you are seeing a film, but when Delhi Metro was in its, what you call, infant years, and there was, probably did not have the funds and the budget to make a film of this quality, Anuj was coming out with coffee table books. You did 2-3 coffee table books, which are part of my library. And they are so informative coffee table books. Today they have moved on, they say that they have stopped printing, but I would say that's a loss for the, what you call this thing, because those coffee table books were really well-made books. And then the Indian Railways, ye Delhi Metro to Indian Railways se nikal ke aaya tha. And then Indian Railway replicated that coffee table model for all their projects that they were launching, especially that Kashmir train line which they launched, more or less modeled on that coffee table book. So as he rightly said, everything that you learn in the classrooms here is replicated in practice in the offices of Delhi Metro. And hopefully, as he has said, we'll try and organize some visits for you to their sites and to their, what you call, and you see, best part of, there were questions. I live next to a metro line. From my windows and balconies, I can see the metro line going. And during COVID, when the whole world was in lockdown, and we all lived a life of depression, sitting on the window, I could see the metro moving, doing those, practice runs. And that gave lot of, hope to people. कि देखो metro तो चल रहा है. So when they said it's lifeline of city, actually it was during COVID times that it made you feel that yes, the lifeline of the city is on, so the city will come back to life sooner or later. Although you may not agree to it, but if E. Sridharan is such a humongous personality today, if he is so very well known today, a lot of contribution goes into his image management. Although he was a, howsoever good an image manager be, the product also has to be good to be showcased. He was a great man, great product, but you rightly, projected his abilities to the world. And it was his support in media which made him take very, very tough decisions vis-a-vis the, what you call, vis-a-vis the politicians. And one last instance, even after he has retired, Mr. Sridharan, when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal few days before 2020 elections, decided to say कि मैं metro भी free कर दूंगा. Mr. Sridharan wrote a letter to the Prime Minister saying that look, a lot of heart, sweat and blood has gone into making of this metro, lot of technology, this thing, it's a world-class metro service. No, and in fact, the metro services I have seen abroad are I can say in many ways not a match to what our metro is. And he said, please for your politics don't destroy this, world-class asset that we have built. And his letter was acknowledged, and thankfully we did not have अरे metro को free कर दो, आप election जीत के फिर पैसा का. Even today metro needs funds. Metro is in dire financial state, is in dire state. The metro tickets that we travel on are much subsidized. But metro has been devising its own model. It has been trying to maintain a balance between passenger welfare and, commercial interests. So, thank you so very much for having, chosen VIPS. I think this is the first public screening after the award you got from the president, this thing. So we feel very proud that after having received the award from president last week, we saw the video posted by Mrs. Dayal on the Facebook, and you chose us for this thing. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
I stand here to propose the vote of thanks, for the momentous event which we had today, at our campus. Thanks to the management, thanks to the senior functionaries of DMRC, MD sir and Principal ED sir, Anuj sir, who addressed you people. Thanks to the chairperson sir, Siddharth Misa sir, Dean ma'am, Professor Dr. Charulata Singh, all event management faculty who manage the show, Dr. Atul Upadhyay, Dr. Ramesh Sharma for handling technical and production, all these boys who were, who are handling the production, Dr. Baninder ma'am for, backstage and front stage, all the faculty members and all the students who are present here for the event. Thank you all.